But does it look better when he looks at me?
Well,
Did something for CNN once. And
action. 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 We started with strategy. He told me it was going to be an apart hotel blend. I just love all the cherry blossoms, you know? Why are you laughing?
right, the idea behind Jitaku came from partly my love of Japanese culture, but also the fact that with the residence apartments, we'd noticed that around 85% of all of our inquiries came from shorter stays, and due to planning restrictions in London, we're unable to do those and fulfill those stays. One of the big compliments that we get about the residence is people really feel like they're living at home. They're living in a very homely apartment, great locations, great furnishings, and that's something we wanted to replicate on a shorter stay model. The name Jitaku means one's home in Japanese, and the idea is we wanted to create a vibe, a destination in our apartments where whether you're staying a week or a month, you can really feel at home. So making sure we have all the amenities inside, making sure the design is very aesthetically pleasing, and that we give lots of thought and attention to how people are going to use those apartments have been really important, not just from a brand perspective, but ultimately from when we've looked at design of the internal spaces within each apartment.
We're going to be here for long. Okay. So everything started when Steve came to the office one day and he said, I have an idea. And when Steve says that, it means that something exciting is going to happen. He looked at me and said, we're going to create a new brand. And I got really excited because that's something I love, creating something from scratch.
One of the ideas with Jitaku, and it's a bit around ESG, but actually about looking at London and how London has evolved since COVID, was we're actually building Jitaku within an old office block. Jitaku, the first Jitaku is close to Liverpool Street Station, in between Liverpool Street and Aldgate, located on a street called Bevis Marks, which is attached to one of the oldest synagogues in the Western Hemisphere. Obviously that provides challenges with regards to older buildings, but this actual office block was built in the 60s or 70s and is not that pretty on the outside. And rather than it being knocked down and everything else, we wanted to recycle that building and give it a new purpose. So working with our partners at Sterling Real Estate, we've really come up with a concept that makes an unloved building reloved, reused and recycled. The location itself has loads of history, hundreds and hundreds of years, and we're going to give a modern twist to what is essentially not that pretty a building, but in a very historical part of London.
And then we started with strategy. He told me it was going to be an apart hotel brand inspired by Japandi style, which mixes Japanese elegance and Scandinavian simplicity, functionality. So that set the right tone for everything to come.
Aesthetic. So the idea behind Jitaku and the brand was really around looking at a brand that meant something more than just a name. Japanese and actually just Scandinavian culture, which I'll come through to you in a minute, is a very old culture. They have a lot of very old buildings, a lot of very small spaces, hence why Japanese and Scandinavian design is normally very, very efficient. So we wanted to create a homely atmosphere, ambiance, and Jitaku, meaning one's home, is obviously an ideal name. The design concept from furniture to outlook is actually called Japandi. Japandi is a combination of the best of Japanese and Scandinavian design. Both design concepts merged together create very simple, neutral tones, lots of very efficient use of space, and also a lot of natural earthenware and furniture to really give a very calming and aesthetic looking environment.
So from there we dove into deep research. The moment Steve mentioned Japanese elements, my mind went straight to cherry blossoms, and that became the core inspiration for our logo. We had a clear vision how we wanted the brand to look like. We wanted to be elegant, authentic, peaceful, cozy, but sleek at the same time.
One of the things about the efficiency of Japanese and Scandinavian culture, having got a Swedish wife, I've got a Swedish wife who loves her interior design, is sometimes you go to the apartments in Stockholm and they're really old apartments, and it's amazing how they feel really well stocked, and you're almost like, why did that furniture, or how did that furniture get in there? Hence IKEA, you know, and IKEA's furniture outlet was trying to get great furniture into small spaces, and ultimately you can't always get the sofa up the stairs, but you can do once it's flat packed. So we're going to look at the detail of the plates, the cups, all the accessories within an apartment, not to overclutter it, but to make sure you have what you need. There is a concept called lagom, which means in Swedish to have what you need, as basically not having more than you need. And I find sometimes in hotel rooms or apartments, you can have very cluttered feeling. There's too much furniture for what you actually need it for. And also giving people, particularly if they're staying a month with us, the ability to almost shape their own apartment by adding more or taking away furniture where needed. It's a bit of a challenge, but it's something that we're really excited about doing something a little bit different in the service apartment and apart hotel space. Our investment partners are Sterling Real Estate and SG Rocks. We work very, very closely with them, not just identifying the initial building, but making sure we have the right planning and also looking at the environmental nature of the actual apartments, the building, and making sure everything's really up to scratch when it comes to the building and the build out. They've been great partners. They've been really bought into the brand, the identity, and what we're trying to achieve. And we really hope that going forwards, we're going to find new assets to be able to redevelop and make unloved buildings in London loved again.
We put so much thought into every detail of the brand, whether it comes to the website, to the logo, or even interior design. And we're incredibly proud of the final result, and we cannot wait to welcome our guests to Jitaku. We all know that you're one take Steve.
You can't free ball like Steve?
No.
Okay.
That doesn't have to be there. If I had to describe our brand in 3 words, I would say modern, elegant, and cozy. How would you describe the brand in 3 words?
Wow.
You have to go back and read my mind. He's definitely going to say modern. What if he doesn't say it? It's going to be very sad. He might say functional.
Efficient. Homely.
That's close to what I said.
Aesthetic.
Yes. It's also very cute, but obviously he's not going to say it's cute. The brand is cute.
It is a cute brand. But yeah.
Thank you.
So,
Bye.
bye. I was kicked out of my office.